Welcome to another edition of Barry Epstein Live, coming to you direct from the studios of the BYL Network right here in Boca Raton. We've got a jam-packed show for you today. We're first going to have Michael Weinberg on, who is the Vice President and Partner of Gateway Accentria Insurance. And then we'll have Lori Wilk on, and she is an Executive Producer right here at the BYL Network, followed up by Brett Friedenberg, who is with Farm Bureau Insurance. And finally, we'll have our LinkedIn coach specialist, Gary Kissel. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back with Michael Weinberg. And we're back with my first guest, who's Michael Weinberg, and he is the Senior Vice President and Partner of Gateway Accentria Insurance. So thanks for being with me, Michael.
Thanks for having me, Barry.
So can you tell us something about long-term care insurance and why you think everyone should have this protection?
Sure, Barry. We like to say it's never too soon and it's never too late to buy long-term care insurance. We find that in facility long-term care can easily cost upward of $5,000 a month. In-home care can easily cost $10,000 to $15,000 per month. As people are living longer and staying alive longer, we're finding more and more people before the end of life need long-term care. So rather than bear the tremendous financial burden at the time, we suggest the long-term care coverage that's bought. The younger you are, the less expensive it is. It's never too soon, and like we say, it's never too late.
That certainly makes sense. I recently heard about a new kind of life insurance as opposed to the old kind. Can you shed some light on this?
Sure, Barry. The old life insurance, which really is death insurance, people always had a funny feeling because it didn't pay unless they died, but we called it life insurance. The new type of life insurance that's out now has living benefits. It pays a benefit if you have a terminal illness, up to 90% of the benefit while you're still alive within the last 3 months. It can pay a nursing home benefit. It can pay all types of care while you're still alive, so you don't have to pass away in order to see the benefits of the policy.
And I understand it also is tied to the stock market. If the stock market goes up, the value goes up, but if the stock market goes down, it stays level. You don't lose any money.
Well, what we're referring to there are either index life insurance policies or index annuities. Very popular today are the index annuities. As you said, Barry, you invest in the stock market. When values go up, your values go up, but they can never go down. And we also have companies who will give anywhere from a 5 to 15% upfront bonus for you to deposit money in. So between the upfront bonus, the market participation, and the guaranteed never to have a negative return, it becomes quite an attractive investment. Plus they're tax deferred and they're credit approved in both state court and in federal bankruptcy court.
Seems like a no-brainer and a great idea. How much life insurance protection should a young couple have?
You know, Barry, I'm asked that all the time, and I recently went through this with my own daughter and her new husband. Today, interest rates are very low, 1%, 2%, 3%. I mean, even 30-year Treasury bonds are under 3%. So if you have $1 million of life insurance, it's only going to generate $10,000 to $15,000 a year in income. And every time you have to take principal out, you reduce the amount that's earning and therefore the amount of income that you have. So for a 35-year-old male to have $1 million, $2 million rather, of term insurance, which may only cost $75, $80 a month, is certainly not excessive, and it certainly gives great protection to his young family.
So what about an umbrella policy, and why is it important?
Well, you know, Barry, in South Florida especially, we're a very litigious society. As soon as you have an accident, you get 1 million letters from attorneys saying, why don't you come and sue? We find that many people may carry traditional limits, which could be 100,000, 300,000, 100,000, which means 100,000 per person, 300,000 for the total accident, and 100,000 property damage. The problem is, in this affluent South Palm Beach area, we have people driving cars that cost $500,000. So it's very possible if you had a wreck with a Bentley or Rolls Royce or Porsche or Mercedes, you could not have enough insurance with standard limits of 100, 300, 100 to even pay for the damage to the other person's car. That puts your assets at great risk. So with an excess liability or umbrella policy, we would take those limits up to $1 million all the way to $10 million so that you have the adequate protection you need.
That certainly makes sense. And so what's going on in the property and casualty insurance marketplace in South Florida now?
Well, you know, Barry, historically, this has been a very tough market for property because of the threat of hurricane. Now we're finding that the homeowners market for personal lines is really loosening up. We have a lot more markets coming into companies coming into the area who want to sell insurance here, and the commercial property market has become very soft. We're often seeing 20% reductions, even midterm, from initial policy premiums. So we now have companies that will issue within a standard wind coverage within 1,000 feet of the ocean. They'll do it on the very efficient and very competitive business owners policy, which includes all types of other coverages such as extra expense and loss of income. And the market price is going down every week. So we're encouraging a lot of people, if you have a premium that you think is high, don't wait till renewal. Call us now and we'll see if we can't save you money immediately.
You certainly seem to know what you're talking about. Why don't you give out your contact information so people know how to reach you?
Okay, well, Barry, I've been doing this since I was 20 years old in college, so I'm actually in my 5th decade of doing this. Thank you. I'm Mike Weinberg, Senior Vice President and Partner, Gateway Accentria, Acentria Insurance. My direct line at my desk is 954-332-1900, and my email is michael.weinberg@gatewayacentria.com.
Thanks very much for being with me, Michael.
Thank
I
you,
look
Barry.
forward to seeing you again real soon.
I hope so. Thank you.
And we'll be right back after these messages.